I've had several people asking me some questions about the model kit and thought I would take a moment to just make a short video. It's easier to explain it this way. So, these kits are scaled up 6.5 inches on the Shootist, about 5.5 inches on the Lynx, which is a failed print for another diorama that I'm doing of a Lynx gunslinger. Had to print that one hollow, and the print didn't take as well, so it had a lot of funk on it, a lot of broken areas. So obviously, I just drilled out the cockpit, made it look like it was a blast, blast in the head, and I didn't do the legs yet, so it's smashed into the ground. Otherwise, it looks pretty good. I'm still working out trying to do a mix between tough resin and the regular resin, which is a little bit too brittle. And when I printed the current one, it's a solid body, which actually makes it nose heavy. So when I put it on the legs, the whole thing falls forward. So I'm going to have to try and reprint it hollow to lose the weight at the torso. And hopefully I can get the right mix. But that's a future project. The Crusader was also supposed to be a companion piece, but it was a failed print up near the left arm and shoulder. And so I was going to throw it away, but then I thought, well, it's like, 90% done. So my wife suggested, snap the leg at the knee. And then I used some Sculpey putty to rebuild the parts that didn't print. This part here and the top of the arm or shoulder, and then of course I just messed them up and as if they've been blown out. So that worked out pretty well. The rock is actually just a piece of wood, a piece of drift bark off of an old tree, and stacked together, and it actually comes out pretty well. I just super glued it together, and then you did wood glue filled in just to make sure it's really solid, and built it all up. And this place in the terrain, this is going to be filled in with resin. It's going to be like an oil slick. There'll be some, chemical colors in there if I can get that right. And this is just a placeholder. My wife suggested, putting smoke coming off of the Crusader. So that's what that's going to be. I just stuck it there, for the effect for the moment to take some pictures. The terrain is actually made this fast mache. I've never used this before, but they said you could mix other material in with it to, like sand or other things to color it. And I've used this on some terrain pieces my wife gave me. It's just no salt seasoning. So I mixed that in with it, and it's kind of the same color and texture as the bark of the wood there. But I am going to, be doing some airbrushing on that to kind of, darken it a little bit, make it a little less sandy. The funny thing is that the whole room smells like seasoning when you come in here. This is still curing, so I don't know if it's going to be a day or two for this to air dry in place. But mixed it in with the powder, and it actually has a great texture of dirt. Other than the smell, which is not unpleasant, side effect there. But yeah, I'm gonna airbrush the ground, and do some blast stains, and try and do the oil slick per my wife's request, in with a pool of clear resin. And then I got some decals I have to print myself for the Comstar unit that Jeremiah Rose was a member of. Particular unit I did the logo, and I've got my own decal paper, so I'll be printing that. and I'll be putting it on the Crusader and the Shootist. Technically, according to the the Blackthorn's module, neither of these two mechs are in his Comstar unit. However, there were so many battles, and I think this was his third battle where he finally loses his Shootist and everybody else goes down. So they were, moving remnants of previous units and slapping them together into new ones. So it's just Comstar, there's not any particular marking or anything that's going on these necessarily, but I am going to do the particular unit that Rose was a member of on his Shootist, and I'll probably put his name on the front there. With them being all burnt out whitish gray, not a lot of details. I'm not the best painter. I did try and do the heat effect, not really great. And, up here near the cockpit, things didn't print super clean. There was some runoff. So it looks kind of melted. And I did my best at several tries to get the cockpit glass. But again, I'm not a great painter. I am very pleased with the way the cockpit came out on the Lynx, though. That one actually turned out a lot better than I was expecting. And that one's not bad. But, it's all damage. That's the great part about doing a battle scene, is you don't have to make it look pretty. You can always chalk it up to damage. So, these are roughly 172 scale, I would say. And then I have plans maybe to possibly do a large scale print, if I can manage it, of my Mackie 2C. That's an N scale version. And then I've got my Rifleman 2, the Kataga variant, which is one I really like. I've been trying to get those scaled up because I like N scale a lot better. It's easier to paint for me as I've gotten older. They're just bigger and more fun. So anyway, I just wanted to make a quick video about this, how I made it, and answer all the questions that I keep getting about particulars. So yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Once I get it completely done, my plan is to take some really clean photos, and then I'm going to throw it into Photoshop and add some After Effects, maybe some laser blasts, maybe clean up the cockpit a little bit in Photoshop and add a little better details there. I can do that. And then maybe put a cool background or something. But yeah, it's been a fun project, and I hope it inspires somebody else to do more. And if anybody would like a copy of the upscaled models, just let me know. I don't know. I don't do the 28 millimeter. I don't know exactly how big that is as far as like a particular scale. It seems to kind of be all over the place. But yeah, I've got this one, and let's see, I've got another project here that's in the making of Yenlo Wang. I've already got these hollow printed. They're not necessarily matched to scale, but they're roughly in the same size. And this will be Yenlo Wang fighting Billy Wolfson's Rifleman. So I've got that. I've got a Clint that I'm working on, and various other things like that. So yeah, just some fun projects. All right, hope you enjoyed. Thank you.